Hey guys, welcome on in. Kyrios here, and today we're going to go over the Fenrir deep dive. Now, if you've been watching any of my content or any of my live streams, I've had Fenrir for a very long time on the CN, a character I'm very excited about, and a character that I think is still very, very good from our beta test footage. Now, there's some things I can show you and some things I can't show you, and this is going to be more practical testing than theoretical testing. We're going to go through some rotations. We're just going to go over some of the what's the best thing to use, what's the best team comp to use, a little bit of rainbow, a little bit not rainbow, a little bit of volt comp, and you guys know the drill. If you guys can't hit that like and subscribe, I do appreciate you. Let's get started. All right, I apologize in advance because I can't really show you some of the stats in the server, NDA, but I could generalize them a little bit for you guys, and I'm sure a lot of people have seen the leaks that have happened so far. So one thing I do want to go over, I just want to quickly go over Fenrir here. Now, Fenrir Shatter is a 13.5. Very good Shatter. And we'll talk about the best way to Shatter here in just a second. She does have that Volt Resonance, which increases attack by 20% when you have 2 more Volt characters. And we will test out the Volt team as well. We'll test out Tian. We'll test out Nemesis. Probably both with Lin and see what the comparable damage is there. And then she also has Balance Comp, which if you equip 3 different elements, this allows her to be what they call Rainbow Comp. Now, Rainbow Comp is very competitive in my opinion, but I don't know if it's as good as the Volt Comp, especially at high star. But at low star, which I can't per se test, unfortunately, and I'll show you that in a second, is very good. A1 Fenrir, A1 Lin, A1 Saki, perfectly great team, works very well. Now, the reason that actually works really well is I'd like to go down to her Awakening. Is when equipping two different elements increases final damage by 18%. This is the new best Simulacron. If you don't have Alice's Simulacron, absolutely get this. If you have Fenrir, get it up, get it leveled, equips, and then equipping 3 different weapons increases final damage by 25%. I can tell you for a fact that probably on live and from the test server, this is around 23%, but that's still good and still amazing. Her A1 is an absolute must. It's the way that gives her claws. I'll show you the claw movement here in a second, but when she skills and snaps and makes a mirror image of the enemy, she also gets a claw ability, and the A1 is what unlocks the claw ability. Does a ton of damage and also does healing. Now, it doesn't do 42 percentage of damage, does somewhere around the 800%, but still very good from the testing and from what I can see so far. Now, her 3-star and her 5-star are just DPS increases. They are. Now, it's not 70% for 5-star. It's probably around 40%. And then 3-star is roughly less than that as well. But it does grant you that immunity, and that immunity is really cool when it comes to like doing Abyss, Void Abyss 6 and a few others. Now, the one thing I do want to say is that her C6 increases crit rate by 30%. I can tell you for a fact it's not 30%. I don't know what it's going to be in live, but here's what I'd say. From what I know, it should be around 18 to 20%, and that's okay. If it's anything less than 18 to 20%, I don't think it's worth it. So I'm just going to tell you this right now. If that's for all you people that want to go all in, if that's not a high percentage at about 18 to 20%, I don't think it's going to be very worth it for you. For most people, stop at A1, and for other people, stop at A3 typically to get that immunity and get a little bit more damage. All right, so Fenrir's attack pattern is very easy to do in my opinion. There's only really 3 attack patterns you can do. You're just gonna do her. That's not Fenrir. You're just gonna do her normal attack pattern where you just auto attack like this, which is an okay attack pattern. But if you're in Volt Resonance and you have Lin and you have that field, you're going to want to do a lot of dodge attacking, especially considering you get free dodge attacks, because the dodge attacks have a much higher multiplier than just regular attacking. Now, you're probably going to want to dodge attack no matter what, so make sure you weave those into your rotation. But I want to show you guys the key ability for shattering, which is attack, tack in the air, hold, attack, tack, hold, attack, tack, hold. Now this pattern right here shatters like no one's business. Let me go see if I can find someone to shatter real quick. All right, I have a couple test subjects here, and let me see if I can showcase that shatter. So if I just normal attack, the shatter is pretty good, as you can see. Not too bad. Not the worst shatter in the world. But if we do that attack, tack, hold, you could see the shatter that happens. Did you see that? You see that insane shatter that just happened right there? Let's grab this. All right, so we're just normal attacking. Shatter looks to be okay, right? Not the greatest, but if we do attack, tack, hold, bam! Look at that shatter. All right, let's get into some of the testing. Now, before we get started, I do want to say that the matrix testing will be a little bit later in the video. We'll try Tian's matrices, we'll try Fenrir's matrices, and we'll try them out to the best of my ability. So make sure you hit the chapters down below. All right, so now we have to get into our official testing. Now, this is, a lot of the weapons that we have are based on my character already. So some of my Volt weapons are already 6-star. So the way that we're going to test this is pretty much Fenrir at A1 and Fenrir at A6. Now we're going to try Nemesis with Lin. We're going to try Tian with Lin. And then we're going to try Rainbow Comp, which is Saki plus Lin. Now, none of this is going to be done with matrices except for Fenrir, who's going to have Samir plus Shiro matrices just to keep it stable across the board. And then we'll do the matrix testing a little bit later in the video. All right, guys, before we get started, I want to show you the big tip. Just in case you don't know how to do this, with Fenrir's skill, if you hit her skill and you start to claw with her A1, if you actually dodge attack after the first claw, you get another free claw, but you must dodge attack to do that, and you can't do aerial dodge attacks. So make sure you are not missing out on that second free claw attack. All right, let's do the Nemesis rotation. Let me walk you through it. We're going to go ahead and hit that discharge right into a skill. We're going to go ahead and go into Lin. Probably should cancel that to a double skill right over the Fenrir. We're going to go ahead and start tapping that. Claw, claw, claw. And then we're going to go move right into a dodge attack rotation. Now, this is depending on how many times your dodge resets. But as you can see, we are getting amazing resets right now. And we're going to go right into a claw, to a dodge attack, to another claw. And then we're going to go ahead and repeat that rotation. We're going to put down the totem, put out the discharge. We're going to double skill right now. Go right back into Fenrir. Claw, 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 and start doing our dodge rotation again. Right now has been working out pretty fantastic on the amount of damage we're doing. Now, we didn't get a discharge right there. We didn't get another reset right there, but we got a claw. We're gonna go ahead and reset and claw, and then we're just gonna wait for that totem to fall off, just like we've done on previous iterations. And there you go. There you have it. All right, so that was a pretty good damage right there at an A1 Fenrir at about a minute 10, minute 15, doing about 39 million. Now, that is depending on how many resets of dodge attacks we get, so let's go ahead and check out Tian. All right, so Tian, we're going to pretty much have the same rotation that we had before. We're going to start with that Tian drop, go right into the skill, go right into that Lin, put down the passive damage, pop the skill. There we go, reset. Start dodge attacking. We did not have the best dodge attacking on that rotation, unfortunately. Go back into the claw. Dodge into another claw. There we go. Right back into the claw. Get that life back. We have a much better rotation this time. So this comp is really very RNG in my opinion. Go back into that claw. Claw again. Hey guys, Future Kyrios here, and I just want to quickly say that even though this Tian damage looks a lot worse than Nemesis, there was two things at play here. One, we got really bad resets on the dodge skill, so there's a lot of RNG on both combinations. But two, our optimal Tian rotation was not done properly on A1. It was done later at A6, so you guys will see better damage out of this comp. But you need to weave Tian's ultimate in more than you typically do in order to get some better damage. Now, so I just want to point that out there, that this is still probably the best comp, but not by that much at A1. And we're actually going to start on Lin. We're going to go over to Lin. We're going to pop into a Saki skill right there. We're going to go ahead and double hit that because why not? Hit that, go right into clawing. dodge attack, right into clawing, more dodge attacking. Now, we're not going to have as much dodge attacks this time, so we're going to have to auto attack a little bit more than normal. We're actually going to discharge over to Lin, hit that back up, discharge the Fenrir, hit the skill, hit the dodge, hit the skill, hit that skill. We're actually going to break back into that Fenrir. There we go, right back to Lin, double skill there. Nicely done, nicely done. You see how we're spamming just a ton of skills, right? Like an insane number of skills. Let's go ahead and discharge back over to Lin. Double pop, back to Fenrir. Hit that skill, right back into the claw, right back into the claw. We're going to jump over the Saki, get that skill going again there. Go back over. So we're actually going to cut that rotation down to about a minute 14, a minute 15, just because I went for 2 minutes because I was having too much fun. But you can see that the damage was around 39 million. So at A1 Fenrir, all the comps, whether it's Nemesis, Tian, or Saki, all perform roughly the same. Just depends on your play style that you want to do. Okay. So as the final little test, so we just kind of proved what that looks like, and we'll show A6 kind of like dumping all the damage here in the final damage test after we test the matrices. But I think the big question people are asking is Fenrir matrices worth getting over Tian's matrices, or which one might be better? So I just want to quickly talk about something real quick. Fenrir's matrices, especially as a two-piece, is particularly it's good across the board. If you're looking for background matrices, a two-piece Fenrir matrix is going to be a DPS upcrease for every single team comp. Now, if you're Frost, Fire, anything like that, and you already have all the specific matrices because you've been spending money on the game, it's not going to be a DPS increase, right? You already have all the great ones that you need. But if you're looking for a two-piece good Fenrir matrix, it's good. And also the four-piece is good as well. But which one's better, Tian or Fenrir? So let's do a quick damage rotation test of both. I'm going to go ahead and equip Lin's back to Lin just so we can have some fun with the numbers. Let's test Tian's first. This four-piece matrix. So for this, we're going to use the rotation that I'm pretty comfortable with. We're going to do the Nemesis, Lin, Fenrir rotation. So let's go ahead and test out Tian's first. Pretty good in the damage. So let's go ahead and go test Fenrir's matrices now. So we were holding around a 40 multiplier there. And as you can see, now the rotation's a little bit different. It's not one-to-one, depending on the way that you charge and depending on your dodge skill. And there's a lot of RNG there on the amount of dodges we can get, but it was very comparable damage. So as of right now, Fenrir matrices and TM matrices, very close, very insanely close. They're almost one-to-one. So as of right now, if you have TN's matrices, you may not even have to pull Fenrir's. But if you don't have any of the matrices, it's obviously a DPS increase for your team all around. Now, what we're going to do, since we proved that Tian's matrices and Fenrir matrices are essentially equal, we're going to go run through all the same three comps we did. We're going to do the Nemesis, we're going to do the Tian, and we're going to do the Rainbow. And we're just going to use Tian's matrices, Fenrir's matrices, and we'll still use Shiro's and Samir's on Fenrir. So let's go ahead and run through it. Let's see what that damage looks like. And it should be comparable, just at higher stats, right? I think so. Maybe not. Okay, that was a lot. What did we learn? What did we break down? Now, one, I was not able to try Claudia. Unfortunately, I did not have her on my test server, but I think she would be number 4 on this list of damage. What did we learn at A1? All the comps are great. They balanced her perfectly. You can use Nemesis. You can use Saki. You can use Tian. You could probably use Claudia, and they're all pretty close to each other. So that's great for free to play. This is the best thing. And if you're a Frost comp, you should probably pull on Fenrir and get an A1. Now you've got the Volt comp because you've already got the Frost characters, right? So what else did we learn? We also learned that the Tian Matrixes and the Fenrir Matrixes are 1-to-1. Now, if you're looking for UNGA BUNGA damage, you're probably going to use 4-piece Lin, 4-piece Saki. Sorry. Saki. I got Saki on the mind. 4-piece Lin, 4-piece Tian, and 4-piece Fenrir, where you put Lin on Fenrir, and then you put the other 2 on whoever else, right? So, UNGA BUNGA. Do you need to pull Fenrir's Matrixes if you have Tians and Lins? Probably not, but it's a good 2-piece for every single team comp. Now, here's the final thing we learned is at A6, Tian does start taking off. Tian does a little bit better than all the comps, but Rainbow was literally like 5% behind it, maybe just right on its heels. And I love the Rainbow rotation, just way better. You just smash 1, like, and then 2, Nemesis does start to fall off a little bit, but I mean, still pretty good. So Volt is in a very great place. Hopefully that helped you out. Let me know in the comments down below. Did you enjoy the video? Are you still here? I don't know. We're like 17 minutes into this video. Jesus, I talk a lot. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time, and fist bump from me to you.